Welcome back to the Fitness League, helping busy humans build strong bodies, sharper minds, and better lives. Join us each week as we cut through the noise, challenge the norms, and empower you to train smarter and live stronger. Today, we're pulling back the curtain and giving you an inside look at how we're using the Fitness League app right now, day in, day out, in real life. We'll walk you through the way we track habits, log workouts, and use the insights the app gives us to stay consistent, stay motivated, and keep improving. You'll see exactly how it fits into our health and fitness routines, not just as founders, but as busy humans trying to balance family, work, and training. And here's the exciting part. Everything we're sharing today isn't just behind the scenes, it's what you'll be able to do too when the first version of this app officially launches. From the moment you download it, you'll have the tools to train smarter, build better habits, and actually see your progress stack up. So if you've been wondering what makes this different from every other fitness app out there, or how it's going to help you start strong and stay consistent, this episode will give you a clear picture. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. The hype is real. Every time I share a screenshot, everybody's freaking out. And I think for a lot of our current app users, I think it's mostly them, but it's been some newbies too. But I think for our current app users, it's funny, like they're getting excited about a lot of the things we knew that they would get excited about that we have included in this build because they've requested it, and it's already like they're already picking up on things that they see that we haven't even necessarily talked about yet, which I think is exciting. But I've had a lot of fun and have been most consistent with using the TFL compared to like with SDE method. I think as the programmer and as somebody who writes the programs for a long time, I kind of just got a little complacent with it. And I'm sure many of our members can agree too, just because it almost felt like a chore to be logging things in that app. And we didn't even necessarily have all of the things that we're obviously using now, but it just wasn't fun anymore. And this has brought the fun back to it truly for me. And obviously that's one of our missions here, but it's cool to see, like, even as an advanced trainee, as the builder, as somebody who helped design this app, like I'm genuinely excited and having fun with it, which I think just speaks for itself.
I'm excited, I think, for a lot of things, and this is why we have some beta users in there and you guys giving all the feedback, you guys being you and Joelle. I am biased through and through. Like, I'm living in this every single day. I'm excited about every update that comes through, knowing what's coming. Like every Friday, I joke around with our developer team, and they're fantastic. I'm like, every Friday is like Christmas for me. Like, it's whether it's a big update or just some performance improvements, like I look forward to that meeting so much every single week. It's not just lip service. Like, I am having so much fun, and I know we all are, but to speak, from my side, I am having so much fun just seeing this thing come to life from where it started a year ago now. Like, that's crazy to me. It's been 12 months. And again, we talked about this maybe on the second part of the TFL launch mini series, but we initially had a 3-month plan, basically like get this simplified application up of what we were already doing. And we have built this out over the last 12 months. And there's only right now 2 3/4 features. We're almost done with that third. But we've taken all this time to build 3 main features. And that should give you an idea, give you a sense of how much time, effort, resources, attention to detail has gone into these 3 things. And again, for those who haven't heard, go back and listen. But we have Trackables, which is basically habits and some other health metrics you'll be able to track. We have a built out training library that alone should blow everyone's mind with how cool this thing is. And the third one is basically challenges, community aspects, social features. So we are in the midst of that. We're hoping to actually have that final piece in our hands here in a couple weeks, so we can start testing it, any kind of weird UI issues, make sure there's no bugs that come out with it. And from that point, we're going to start preparing for our soft launch. So soft launch is basically, this will be live. We're just not going to tell anybody about it outside of this platform. So on our podcasts, we'll probably post about it on social media a bit.
We'll put it in the Facebook group. That's like our core users.
Exactly. Those who are already, you're getting messaging from us, whether it's, text updates or emails. If you're on that first to know form, which is linked in the show notes here for the Fitness League, that wait list, we'll be sharing it with you guys and current app users. So we will be blasting it out to them as well, but we're not going to be doing any kind of public marketing, paid marketing ads for this until like you guys are in it. We're getting feedback. We're, refining the things that we have. Like, again, this is built for you. We've done some legwork getting this thing up and running, but you guys are going to be the captains of this ship, and the platform is a living, breathing organism, and it's going to go where you guys tell it to go, and the tools that you need will be brought to you. So all this to say, like, I'm super excited. I love using it every day, and we'll talk about like specifically what we're doing. We'll go through our routines and how it's helping us optimize and what we do actually within the app every single day. So you guys can start formulating your plan and get a little vision for how this all works and what you'll be able to dive into here in the coming weeks. But yeah, it's been a game changer. I'm kind of like a trained monkey, which will make more sense in a few minutes when we start breaking down our daily routines. But I just wanted to kind of remind you guys what the mission was. So again, if you haven't listened to the previous 2-part series for the launch, go listen to both of those. I know the first one, people were a little bummed because we didn't do a full disclosure. We just kind of launched the name at the end of that.
In the era of Amazon Prime, we had to leave you guys hanging a little bit. We had to make you work for it a little bit because truly live in a world where you can have anything at your fingertips, right? And I think people are so used to that. So we really wanted to hype you up, even if it pissed you off a little bit in the moment. I think you all came around once you heard the second episode, but there's purpose in that, and we had to tell that full story. So we're sorry if it made you a little angry, but it was worth it, and it will be even more worth it when you see it in your hands.
Context is king, guys. To that point, it wasn't just to make you wait and build the suspense. Like, if you haven't been following along, if you're relatively new, you had no idea what the previous platforms we built were, like, that was an important part of this journey. And to do this thing justice, we had to tell the whole story. And we debated telling it in one episode. It would have been a very long episode, and there were really two main components to tell. So we did decide to break that into two. So that was not done to build the hype train or to leave you. It just worked out like that. And if you were upset before, I hope at this point now you understand why and you appreciate the full context of the entire journey there. But I want to break it down a little bit further, and then we'll go into what this all looks like as far as, what our mission is. So starting here, a lot of the fitness apps out there right now are built for people who are already fit. There's a crazy stat, and it's actually one of the reasons, like, we've done some market research. One of the reasons Ladder actually had initially pivoted at launch from marketing specifically to beginners is that the retention rate is atrocious. Like, it's very difficult to build a business around people who are brand new to all of this. And we understand that, and there's going to be tools for everybody. But that being said, if you are a true beginner, there are tools in this platform that are built specifically for you. You don't even need to necessarily jump in and start with a training plan. Like, if you're doing nothing and you're starting from scratch, from like couch to I need to make a change, there are things within this platform that you can start using without worrying about training 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week. There are beginner programs you can absolutely dive right into. But at the same time, we want this to be providing value to people at all stages. And let's say you've got an injury, you can't train for 6 weeks. There will be value for you to continue using it. All kinds of data to be plugged in there. So, the things that are out there now, not to say they're only, you can only use it if you've got a 6-pack, but it seems like most of the audiences who are diving into those other platforms, they know the lingo. They've been lifting for years. They're not brand new. But, we really wanted to think about the rest of the people and the busy parents juggling school drop-off, late night emails, the everyday people who just want to feel healthier, stronger, sharper, and even athletes chasing that next breakthrough, getting some additional insights. And that is why we built the Fitness League. This will not be just another app. This whole thing is going to be a movement. Our mission is pretty simple: to empower every individual, regardless of where they are on their health and fitness journey, with accessible, trusted tools and resources that inspire confidence and growth. We are committed to lowering the barriers to entry for beginners while providing advanced solutions for those striving to reach the next level. By putting people first and creating an inclusive, welcoming community, we aim to make the world a happier, healthier place, one step at a time. That is our actual mission statement. And then we also kind of wrap it up with this slogan we'll be playing with. But strong starts here for everyone, everywhere. And that's just embodying the inclusivity. You should not feel like this platform is not for you for any reason. Whatever walk of life you come from, we are here to support you. And we'll give you a little insight on the marketing that we'll be leaning into with strong starts here. But it's the thought, it's the concept, it's the depths of the struggle. Whether it's crawling out of bed early in the morning after being up late with the kids, whether it's starting the run you have no motivation to complete, These difficult moments is where strength starts. It doesn't come when it's easy. We've talked about building mental resilience. I think in the last episode, I don't think it was a Q&A, but the one before that, we had talked about mental toughness tools we utilize. And I circle back to the cold plunges like it's a tool. You don't need to do it. There are certainly thousands of other methods you can use to create mental resilience. It's about showing up when you don't want to. And that's when you build that mental toughness. It's doing the first mile, even though the first mile is the worst. It's extending out, building consistency, building that up. I never thought I'd be running 8 miles. That's what I'm doing in 2 days. Like, I'm not a runner. I didn't do cardio for the longest time. I'm building mental resilience through this, and I'm also learning to enjoy it a little bit, which is pretty crazy. But strong starts here. In the depths of the challenge, in the moments you don't want to show up, that is where strength begins to be built. On top of that, you're going to have this incredible community backing you. And we are going to make it fun for all of you. We are going to be building in these social features where you can engage with each other, support each other. This isn't just lip service. We're not just saying you are the fitness league. You all are the fitness league. And we're going to bring you all together and give you the tools to really shape that.
And you said something earlier about how, we're giving them the opportunity to help us grow this thing and make it what they want. And I really want to highlight that because that's something we haven't been able to do with the SDE method, just because of, our limitations with the service that we were on or are on. And you guys continuously have like such great ideas and better ways to utilize an app and just different things that you've chimed in about over the years that we're like, that would be such a cool thing to do, but we literally just cannot do it with this platform. Now we can. And I think that's another thing I'm most excited about is you truly get to steer the ship with your ideas. With maybe if we switch this and this, it'll make this a little bit easier for everybody. So we're going to take these common core ideas and suggestions that you guys have and truly take it to heart and truly be able to implement it now, which I think is just the coolest part of this. So yes, it's us building it, but you're also helping us continue to build, especially after this, V1 launch. And I just think that's so cool. Like, we truly have the best community and the best app members and the best clients, and we can take this to the moon because we are a collaborative effort. And I think that's not something that you see anywhere else, to my knowledge.
Not like this is going to be. And that is it's a great spring pad. I'm going to do our little hype sesh here with our core values, because I know you are all leaning into these. I think you created a social post on this and people are sending messages like, it just feels right. This place feels like home. I'm aligning with these things. So again, if you have not listened to those episodes, circle back. But the mission is backed by our 5 core values, principles we live by every single day, starting with number 1, lead from the front. We live the standards we expect from others, setting the example through our actions, not just our words. Evolve every day. We stay curious, humble, and committed to becoming stronger, wiser, and better than we were yesterday. Own the outcome. We take full responsibility for our actions, our impact, and our results. No excuses and no blame shifting. Courage over comfort. We choose the hard, right path over the easy, safe one. Progress demands bold moves and uncomfortable conversations. Strengthen the struggle. We embrace the challenges, knowing the hard parts shape us, and that grit today becomes ease tomorrow. When we say we want to make the world a happier, healthier place, we mean it literally. And we had members of our team who would hear me say this on every meeting. And be like, is this guy serious? This is still relatively new to the merge, when Levolution became a thing. And a lot of people weren't totally familiar with my demeanor and my stubbornness. And when I say something, I mean it. Like, I don't give lip service. I don't say things, whether it's with family and we have ideas, I have a family of entrepreneurs as well. I don't say things to just say them and talk about them. I say things with a purpose. And like, if someone brings something to the table, we have a conversation about it. It's not, oh, that would be cool. It's, okay, well, how do we do it? Is it realistic? How do we bring this into action? So from day one, everyone has known my mission, our mission as a team, is to make the world a happier, healthier place. And everything evolves from that. And we're going to do it. Because when you get stronger, we're talking about just strength training or just changing your routine. You're not just changing your body. You're sharpening your mind. You're showing up better for your family, your kids, your coworkers. Health itself creates this ripple effect. When one person changes, then their entire circle changes, and pretty soon you've got a giant wave. So that's the heartbeat of the fitness league. It's not just about the workouts. It's about building this movement of people who are done with the noise, they're done with the confusion, and they're ready to start strong and keep getting stronger. That is the message that everyone here is helping to lead. You are the fitness league.
Hey guys, real quick. If you've been listening and thinking, I need to start doing something for my health, but I don't have time for a full program, that is literally why we built the SDE Method app. It's a fitness app made for real people with real lives. Busy parents, working professionals, anyone juggling 100 things. You can get in, get a smart, effective workout in around 30 minutes, some even closer to 20 minutes, and log out knowing you made progress. You can finally take the guessing out of your workouts. We have workouts designed to be done at the gym or at home, and you get access to all of them when you sign up. As life phases change, you can pick a new one that aligns better with what you have going on right now. And one more thing, we are also qualified for HSA FSA reimbursement. So just hit the app link in the show notes, start where you are, we'll help with the rest. All right, let's get back to the show.
Yeah, I will attest to you not just saying things to say them. And that's, even your mom jokes around.
And I say some pretty outrageous things.
Well, even your mom, you're just a very stubborn, but also very, when you want something, you will do anything to get it type of person. And I already see that in our children. So they have gotten that trait from you too, but it's so true. And I think, there is just a lot of noise in the fitness industry right now. There's way more people, way more apps, way more everything compared to 10 years ago when we started, 12 years ago when we started our business. And some may view that as a bad thing or a negative thing. If you're a fellow business owner, it may feel like you're just part of the noise, or it feels like, it's oversaturated. But when you do things with the right intent and with the right mission and with passion, I guess, in general, of truly wanting to help other people, that is what sets you apart. And I believe that is what sets us apart from the noise going on right now, because you guys know, you scroll social media, you scroll Instagram, and it's all one person saying this, one person saying the opposite. This person's dancing and trying to get their message across. This person's just talking to the camera, and it's like, you don't know who to listen to. You don't know what is right for you. And we really are going to help clarify that for you. We are going to be the place that you come to that feels like home, that has something for you, but also has it in a way that makes sense for you. And I think that is truly something that has taken us and has really become a skill that we've sharpened over the years, as far as meeting people where they're at, but also helping them get to the next level and not just keeping them where they're at. So I just wanted to touch on that as well. Yes, there's a lot of apps out there. This is not just another training app.
But even the point to the content, that's such a powerful point to make. Our first step in this mission, in you literally becoming a part of the fitness league, the platform, you're already here, but the platform itself, is to earn your trust. It's to show you the capabilities and the tools that we're going to provide, capabilities of those tools, to change your life. And as we do that, we hope that we earn your trust. And as we do that, we hope our message becomes clearer and more amplified. Not only with you tuning in and knowing, okay, these guys aren't just speaking about a one-size-fits-all, this is the one way to do things, you've got to follow X, Y, and Z, and you can't eat X, Y, and Z, and blah, 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 blah. We are going to share the variety of tools where you might follow tool 1, 2, and 3, and the next person might follow tools 3, 4, and 5. There might be some overlap. There might be completely different protocols, but you guys are going to learn what works best for you. And we're going to speak to those things, and we're going to provide additional value and content on those things outside of the tools themselves, but just educational. And we want to become your trusted resource for all things health and fitness, so that rather than look at this guy dancing with a polar bear talking about macros, and this guy over here sitting down in a doctor's office telling you why you can't do jump squats, whatever is out there, you can tune all that out. Because you're going to know, I feel better, I look better, I'm a better parent, I'm more productive at work, And it's because I've done X, Y, and Z. And that's not to say we know all things. That's kind of the point of the platform. The platform will know all things. When you do this, it doesn't move the needle for you. When you do that, it certainly does. Lean into this. Here are a couple other things that are kind of up this alley. Let's test those next. That is the point. We talk about this a lot. We've been talking about this for a while. Be your own study. Start with the data. These things make sense. I'm interested in this protocol, and this has some data behind it. Let me try it on myself. Does it work? Does it not? We will give you the data, and you'll be able to back that up if it's worth the time, that precious amount of time that you have, that precious little amount of time, or is it more effective to try a different protocol? And that is just one of the things we'll be leaning into. So I believe right on cue, we have an update. So why don't you go ahead and update your app, and I can start diving into this a little bit as far as how I use it. I debated doing some screen shares. I think we'll probably end up doing a YouTube demo video, so I'm not gonna. You can just.
We're gonna post some stuff on the Instagram page too. So if you guys aren't following at the Fitness League app page, which was previously the SDE Method account, go follow it, because I'm gonna be posting. Now that we've revealed ourselves, I'll be posting more over there too.
All right. The dashboard is nothing fancy at the moment. It's basically some. Well, first off, you get the welcome back personalization, where we'll tag your name, give you a shout out, and then the motivational message. And actually, every time you leave the dashboard and come back, we have it programmed to give you a different one-liner, which it's fun. I like reading them. I do like reading them, and then we put them in here. But basically, your dashboard right now, and this might actually change for launch, but it's mostly the info. And then once we get to launch, we'll highlight some important data and metrics. But your nav bars, left to right, across the bottom, we've got a training section, trackable section. Those are the first two pieces that are built in. We've got our logo as the dashboard button. And then to the right, we have challenges and we have friends. Now, right now, when we click on those, they're just coming soon placeholders, because that is the last component that's being put into place before we go back, make sure there's no bugs, and then get this out to you guys. But starting with training, we have our main training dashboard, which once you're enrolled in a program, you're going to see that right up top. You're going to see where you are in your program, how many days per week. You'll get the overview if you click into that. But we have some toggles across the top. So we have our main program dashboard where you can search for all our programs. We've got a few different categories in here that you can search multiple of: strength, running, powerlifting, kettlebells, pre-postnatal, body weight, mindset. There's probably a couple more what we'll have in there before actual launch. And then you can see the full library once you tap into those. The next toggle over from programs is individual workouts. So now let's say you're on a 3-day-a-week program. You occasionally have a fourth day, and you want to just get a little something, and you've been craving an arm pump, or you need to go through a mobility routine, or you want to do some extra ab work. We'll be building this out a bit further, but again, first glance, first version, we have about 12 standalone workouts that are meant to be supplemental. So these are not in the program itself. It's outside of your program. I want to do a little something extra today. There are some additional supplemental workouts you can utilize. Next over is exercises. This just got a really cool update. So it's our full library where you can search any exercise. You can log it as if it were in your program. So once you tap on an exercise, so let me tap on single arm lat pull down. So if you tap on that, we're going to have it highlighting in reps and weight. So we could just log these. You'd hit the check mark, and then it logs that set. If you tap more details, you can also log RPE. For cardio movements, you could have like average heart rate. You could throw in there the pace or tempo, whatever you're logging for, like easy, interval, race pace. I forget what that's listed as. But this library, the cool update it just got is it is extremely searchable. So for those who aren't techie, and I'm not techie, but I've just been living in this thing for a while. Basically, it's a very, very smart search where you could search for a specific exercise, or you could search for a category. So for example, right now, there's no exercise in here that says bicep curl. It would be like an alternating curl or a hammer curl. Nothing in here says bicep curl. But if I search for bicep, I'm going to get kettlebell curl, easy bar 21s, reverse grip, inverted curl, crossbody hammer curl. It's actually going to search for that category. Now, we have the category pills up top, 3 rows. So you'll see like chest, back, shoulders, biceps, tries. You'll see kettlebells, plyometrics, postpartum, anything that we've tagged an exercise as. surfaces as a category on this. And if we tap on those categories, so let's say we tap on intermediate, and we'll actually do this here. Do we have any intermediate kettlebell exercises?
Well, do what Joelle just said. So, like, she searched for glutes, but wanted a specific kettlebell glute exercise. So, if you searched glutes and kettlebell, all of the exercises that require both of those things pop up, which I think is really cool and unique. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yep. That's it. So that's the exercises. Again, so I guess one more main feature I want to highlight here. Let's say you've got a kick-ass program from somebody else and you've been doing it for years and you love it. That's awesome. You can log it in our app. You can log it in TFL. So we will be building in some tools to organize workouts, like custom workouts on your own. Right now, you could literally just go throughout. Let's say you had, barbell bench press. You search bench press, log your sets for that, and then just go down your workout. And that's just specifically to get the data into the app. This thing, and we've highlighted this before, the main benefit isn't just going to be logging your habits and your trackables and just logging your workouts. It is going to collect this data. It's going to learn about you, and it's going to give you feedback on that. So give you the trends, show you correlations. This is helping this is helping that. Basically, think of your favorite wearable for those of you who have an Oura Ring or a Whoop, and you get like a little notification, hey, this is improving. These things are potentially correlated. It's going to give you that insight without the wearable. So we will sync to all these things in the future. That's not currently that's not V1. Even what I'm talking about right now, the data is going in and the machine is learning on the back end. Version 1 does not have the front end tools showing you those yet. As soon as we launch, that's the first thing we're doing, is putting in the tools to surface that. But that said, we have some time because it's going to take a little while. Like if you just bought a Whoop or an Aura, it'll tell you it takes 30 days to generate any kind of meaningful trend or data. So that's why we want to get the features out to you first, get you logging, get the data in there, and then we'll jump in and we'll do the trend on the front end so that by the time it's ready, you'll actually get those. So that will be one of the quicker updates once we go live. So yes, you can log your workouts in here if you are following another program and you just want to get your data in there. And we make it pretty darn easy to do that. And then the final toggle in this training section is history. Now you can search for a specific date. You've got the calendar right up top. And then we have two main toggles, main tabs, and that's going to be your workout history and your exercise history. So if you are doing a program, it's going to tell you the name of that workout. So my last one was September Evolve, that program, and the workout was upper one. I can see that. I hit the drop down arrow, and then it opens it up and shows me all of the exercises that I logged for that workout. Or I can jump over into the exercise tab and I can see the entire history if I wanted to jump in and, okay, what was I doing for dumbbell curl? I've got this full history here just by tapping on logged history, and I can see that entire running table. What I'm doing, so I guess we'll go section by section and just explain what we're doing. So right now, I'm doing two programs. I'm enrolled in both, and it's a simple side swipe to see both of my programs right up top in my training dashboard. I'm doing the begin half program, so basically non-runner to running a half marathon. And I'm also doing September Evolve. So within that, right now for begin half, I'm on week 5, day 2. I can see my little breakdown. I got my check mark. I already did day 1. It's highlighted on day 2, and I can get a quick overview there. And then September Evolve, I started early because I test these early to make sure I like the workout. So I'm actually on, it's only September 8th. I'm on week 3, day 2. And again, I can see a highlight of that workout if I click on it to see what's next. If I click on a previous workout, it'll take me right to that history. So those are my two programs. When you're actually in the workouts, I keep referring to myself as this trained monkey. We've got these little prompts to show you where you are in your workout. We're showing you how long it's been. We're showing you each rest period. Not only with a timer, but if you actually collapse in your workout view, you can see quick stats like how far you are with each set group and percentage complete of total workout of set group, active time, rest time, and total time for the workout. So we're keeping stats on everything. But the trained monkey part, I like to see the check marks. I like to see green. I like to see 100%. So I'm not skipping warm up. I'm not skipping my cool down. What I've started doing with my programs, you guys will see this if you're doing Evolve, Physique, or Physique Plus. Every workout starts off with just a 3-minute walk. Again, the point is to be very efficient. So we're just bringing ourselves up for a quick warm up. And every cool down, I actually do box breathing. It's just 4 rounds of box breathing. So the 4-second inhale, 4-second pause, 4-second exhale, 4-second pause. We do 4 quick rounds of that to kind of come back down, activate our parasympathetic nervous system post-workout. In those things, I would be so inclined to skip if it basically didn't matter. Like, I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to skip the warm up. I'm going to skip the cool down. I want to get back to work, grab the kids, whatever it is. Because I don't get that green and I don't see 100%, I'm not skipping sets. I'm not skipping my warm up. I'm not skipping my cool down, which sounds very minimal, but it's the little things that add up over time. And I did not expect that to hit as hard as it did. I get a nice dopamine rip by seeing that 100% across the board. So the train monkey that I am, I have learned to love this. I'm on point with my rest time because it tells me it's green all the way through until I go above that time, and then it's orange. I am very dialed into details because of how this is all set up.
How many clients over the years have we had who admit to skipping their core work at the end of a workout, or the last set of last set of every exercise? So with TFL, like, yeah, you get that dopamine hit. Yeah, your percentage bar goes green and you finish that completely. That's awesome, and we love that. But you're also getting better results because you're actually putting in the work required to see change. You can't skip your way out of this anymore. You're signing up for a program. You are completing that program as written, most of you, is our hope. So I just want to say that that's also going to yield better progress because you're more likely to finish and do the work that is programmed for you.
Absolutely. So I'll leave it there. Why don't you pick it up? I gave you the overview. Why don't you talk about how you are using it right now? The training specifically. We'll dive into the rest after.
Yeah, so training, I'm following my September build program, and I'm running right now, but I'm not following any of my current running programs in the app. So for build, I mean, same thing. It's just so nice to see the percentage complete of the overall program, the percentage complete for that specific day. It's so easy to track. Like, I had one of my friends, Jamie, she came over last week and we worked out together, and I tracked the workout with her while we were doing, I think it was day 3, lower body day, and it didn't add any more time. It kept us on track we had 2 of the kids with us at the time, and it's just a game changer. Like, it's so different than anything I've ever used before. And I used to be somebody who really preferred like writing down my workouts in my training logs in like an actual book. I had like what was that journal I used to use? It was like a specific training book that I used a long time ago. And I really was a pen and paper type of person, and this has truly converted me to keeping everything logged and keeping everything in the app, because it's like you open the app and it tells you what you got planned for the day. You just don't have to think about anything. You show up and you get it done, and it's just...
To that point, though, I want to highlight that, because we have had requests. Like, we have friends who are telling us, like, listen, this is really cool. Like, I don't log data. Like, I don't want to be buried in the app the whole workout, which you don't necessarily need to be. But to that point, one of the main features we're going to be circling back to is a quick add input. So basically, I just like to log quick notes in my notebook during my workout or after my workout. Same concept. It'll be a quick input. Here was your workout. Log it really quick so the data's in there, so you don't necessarily need to be in that more immersive interface. So that's just one of the pieces of feedback we've gotten that will be implemented as we circle back to some of our initial, not revisions, but additions. So you'll have the ability to select which interface you'd prefer for that workout. If you want to be more hands-on, more into it, more guided, versus like, hey, I just want to see it, I want to log it, and I want to be out of it.
I love that. And I think that's really the key too, is like giving you guys the options. Like, maybe you do like to log all the things and have more of that immersive feel and have all the videos and the notes and everything right there. And then maybe you get into a season of life where, I don't know, you get pregnant, or you're in a really busy work season and you just don't have the same mental capacity to be all in as far as that goes, but you still want to use the app and you still want to use our programs and you still want to log things in a sense. That will give you the more hands-off approach. And I think that's so important just for people going through different seasons of life too. So even if that's not something that you think you'll use now, if you get to that point where in the past, like, let's say you get to that point and you don't want to track, and that's typically when you would cancel or not finish out a program and just kind of fall off track completely, this will keep you on just in a different way. And I think that's truly the key to being consistent and to getting you guys where you want to be, is offering you options to make it fit your current season of life. And that's, again, our mission, what we're all about here.
Is that everything you're doing with training?
Yeah, well, my runs right now, I just started tracking them more as a trackable this week, so we didn't get into that yet.
No, but that's not the best way to do that.
Look at me, I'm learning, you guys.
As far as the accurate data. So, like, this is something I talked about with our lead developer. And there is we want to be careful with the trackables as far as creating overlap and confusion. So we don't want to say we did 20 minutes of cardio and then log like a 24-minute run. We also don't want the app to recognize two different forms of cardio. So like your cardio should stay in the exercises. You should be logging that as your outdoor run or your indoor run. Don't put that in your trackables. Because A, you're not running 7 days a week, so that's going to mess with your adherence initially. But also it's an exercise and there's more variables you can input to get better data and not so like if you want to do cardio as a yes, no, I did it habit kind of thing, that's where you could think about it as a trackable, but you should be logging it as an exercise. So go to your exercise search to do that.
Yeah, I think that will be something that obviously if you're a runner out there, you probably use something like Strava, or if you're just linking it to your Garmin, like you're likely not writing it in anywhere if you have a wearable. So I think that's something that when we do sync the wearables in the future, that will alleviate a lot of just another thing to track for you guys when it comes to like endurance athletes, whether you're a cyclist or you run or swim or whatever. Like I think that's something I'm really excited for, as far as then it just doesn't feel like it's already tracked in my Strava. Why do I have to track it here? That will alleviate that pain. And like, I still want everything in this app all in one spot, again, for the data purposes. So like when we do have these machine learning suggestions, it will have the full picture of what I'm doing and not just think that, oh, she's only strength training 4 times per week. She's not doing any cardio, when I'm just not logging it in TFL. So I want it in there. And I think that's a great point. Like, you want to make sure you're logging it in the right section so that as it collects this data and when we do get to that next level, it's going to give you the most accurate suggestions and just responses as far as the machine learning side goes.
Yeah, and totally agree. The sync is going to be a game changer. For right now, for V1, all I'm doing is I'm going to my Strava or my Coros summary of that workout, and I'm just inputting mileage, inputting average heart rate, and I'm inputting time, obviously. So just take those main metrics and plug it in for what that was. Quick, again, highlight. We've got those different programs. Once you tap into a program, again, this is just circling back to you guys before we carry on here. When you go into the program overview, so let's say I go into strength, show all for September. Go into September, muscle mommy. We've got the the explanation video from Joelle. We have an overview, and we've got the description below this first section. This first section is going to show you what the goal is. So goal, build strong sculpted muscle, days per week 4, average workout time, about 45 minutes. Training split is upper lower, and equipment needed, full gym access, updated monthly, yes. So we have some one-off programs. We did ask for requests from you guys in the Facebook group. Hey, if you got bored with your running program, your continuous program, what are some things you guys would want to see? We had kettlebell requests. We had some athlete requests. We had some, hey, I just want to get a crazy pump once in a while requests. So if you want to kind of take a break, we recommend sticking with a program long-term. We have about 6 that are updated every month, I believe. 3 through 6 day programs. A couple standalones. So we'll tell you in this section, is this one of the featured programs that gets updated every month? That'll say yes or no. What did I want to circle back to? One other thing. Oh, with the program schedule, when you jump into the overview, we do have an estimated average time in that description. We also have the exact time in each workout when you look at that. So you can see, do I have enough time for this? Does this fit my schedule? That's based on estimated time to complete the active set and the rest time. So we put those together to figure out what the total workout time is going to be. So you're going to be plus or minus 5 to 10 minutes of the estimated time. That's within that. So search for what you're interested in based on that category. Dive into it. Make sure days per week work for you. And we'll be building in some more advanced filters there in this specific section. But yeah, that's basically a much more in-depth overview of training than we currently have active anywhere else. And then we'll move over to Trackables. So this is a super neat one. This does not exist in the way that it does in this app and the SDE method app. There is I'm just going to leave it. It's not there. So with this, we start by entering the Trackable section. We go to the top right, and you're going to see this little plus icon. When you do that, the screen slides up from the bottom. It says Add New Trackable. Now we have categories for biofeedback, habits, scores, vitals, and performance. You can add as many as you want. I recommend maybe doing 10 if they're super simple, like yes and no's, but like 3 to 5, especially starting off if you're new, is like the sweet spot. So you pick 3 to 5 things you want to start tracking regularly. So if we jump into biofeedback, you could track deep sleep, digestion, focus, headaches, hunger, libido, light sleep, mood. And a lot of things, again, they'll sync when we get wearables. So any kind of sleep metric and, potential stress recovery scores, those are in the scores, but you can also have like the direct correlation of REM sleep, for example. Habits. So we've got things like outdoor walk, gratitude practice, prayer. I actually had a question box go up on social media the other day for some requests, and Bible study was one. Gratitude practice, journal, learning, medication adherence. Some of these are yes, no. If we're reading, some of them are pages, some of them are duration. So you just select some basics you want to find. Scores, some of the basic ones that are in the main apps: activity score, readiness score, sleep latency, sleep score, strain score, training load, some of the details and information they give you over there. Vitals, average resting heart rate, basal metabolic rate, bedtime resting heart rate, blood glucose, blood oxygen saturation, blood pressure, BMI, body fat percentage. One of the main reasons I switched to Whoop is they have a beta feature out where they actually take your blood pressure every day, and this is on your wrist. So you do have to take some baseline measurements of an actual cuff and do them periodically. I think it's 3 a month, but I'm actually taking my blood pressure on a daily basis from that. And it's been really, really nice to see it steadily decline as my cardio has increased. That's been a main focus for me. Performance, average cycling speed, cycling cadence, cycling output, functional threshold power, VO2 max. And we will be building this out, obviously. So I think right now we've got about 100 different trackables total, but we'll have plenty more in there for you guys. So once you've set your trackables, the things you want to be tracking, you're going to see those show up on your main trackables dashboard. That'll be on your daily tab. So the things that you want to be logging. So you're going to start with the things you're going to be doing more frequently on a daily basis. Then you're going to see your progress. So let's say you have 5 trackables. I have 5 trackables on my list. I've logged 3 of them. You're going to see your progress bar. It says I've logged 3 out of 5, 60%. Below that, I have my weekly progress. So yesterday I was perfect. I've got that check mark. Today I'm 3 out of 5 through. It says 60%, and then it outlines my entire week. I am currently 22% tracked of my entire week. So that's my adherence so far. But that's accounting for 7 days. It's only a day and a half here into the week. To log it, you just tap on it on that screen. So what I have left is mobility session. Did I do it? Did I not? I just have that as a yes, no. And then meditation, I have that as hours and minutes. So I log that once I do those, and those will be completed. I can tap into the history toggle, and I can see everything that I've logged. I can search by the date. I can swipe through. I can filter by category, so I can see my biofeedback log, my habits logged, my scores logged, my vitals logged, my performance logged, all of that right in that history section. Then a quick jump back to today. But simple, basic, and that's kind of the point there. We want to make sure this isn't overwhelming. And then we're going to be building trends and insights, obviously, into this one. What you got?
Yeah, I, again, just love the percentages. I love how simple it is, and I love how you can customize it to your needs, like unlike other apps where it feels like they might have what you're looking for and they might not. So yeah, I only have 4 because, like you said, I feel like it can get very overwhelming if you like get too excited and add like 10 to 15 different habits to track, which
I did start off with, and I'm like, okay, we got to
no,
scale
it's too
this back.
much. It's too much, and I think this is something we talk about with clients all the time too. Like, you don't want to change your whole life in a day or in a week. So pick even just 1 to 2 at first if this is totally new to you guys, or pick 1 to 2 new ones, and then add a couple of things that you're already tracking or already doing or already consistent with, and you just want to kind of make sure you really get more consistent with, or don't forget about them on the weekends or whatever it is. So I have steps, I have outdoor walk, because that's like our family outdoor walk time that I want to make sure we do every day. And then I had gratitude practice and Bible study, just 2 things that I kind of stacked together, which has helped because the Bible study is a newer one, and that's just something I'm getting back into. So I keep it super simple. And I think this is a great reminder too, like your health and your fitness isn't just about training and nutrition. It can go so much deeper with various habits and various things that you pay attention to. But all of these things truly make you a better human and make you, I think we've talked about before, like your health truly is about relationships. It's about, if you're into prayer and if you're praying and you believe in God, it can be about that. Meditation. There's different aspects of spiritual health, your obviously physical health, your mental health, that all contribute to your overall health. And I think obviously we'll continue to add to this list of trackables and options to track, but I would kind of pick from either each of our 5 pillars or each of those just physical, mental, spiritual health categories to have a well-rounded thing that you're paying attention to here. So I'm super excited about this. It's just super streamlined, really just easy to follow. And I like how it shows you like verbatim, like this is what you did this week, percentage for each day, percentage for the week. And it couldn't be more clear as far as like, am I actually being consistent? Like you can even do like tracking macros on one of these, like just the literal habit of tracking. Did I track every day this week? If that answer is no, and you're not seeing progress, then you have the reason why you're not seeing progress, because you don't know what you're taking in as far as nutrition is. So I think it just really keeps us honest and accountable and consistent on all fronts.
If you do something once in a while, you're going to see results once in a while. And that is the deflating truth for many people who have been stuck and can't figure it out. Like, you're not necessarily doing the wrong things. You're just not doing the right things consistent enough. And there's no disputing data. Like, we can subjectively say, oh no, I've been consistent, I've been dialed in, I've been doing a good job. Okay, well, how do you know? Are you writing it down? Are you tracking? Like, what are you doing? This will tell you. Okay, you picked 5 things. You've done 40% of them this week. Probably not going to see great results doing that. Again, going back to the trained monkey, like there will be nights when I forget to do any kind of mobility and I will just jump out of bed and do a few things for 5 minutes and then jump back in bed because I want the check mark. There are times that I'm more focused on the adherence and the check mark than the actual benefit of what I'm doing. And that is kind of the point. Like, I'm not thinking about improving my hamstring flexibility and mobility and alleviating knee pain, which is the point of me doing mobility work. It's to feel better in my lifts, to not have this naggy joint issue continue to linger. And yet I will still do it for the check mark. It's like, I don't feel like it, but I also do not want to see anything less than 100% for the week. And it's one of those things. It's gamified without being gamified. Like, we haven't even gotten into that yet. But it is very powerful. That's training, that's trackables, basic summary overview. These 2 new tabs on the right, I am so excited for, and I know you guys are going to be as well. That's going to be challenges and friends, and I can stop looking at my phone because all I'm seeing is the coming soon screen. Challenges. You will be, well, let's start with friends because it's kind of in that direction. You're going to be able to search current members. You're going to be able to send invites to people who are not currently members. So let's say you want to do a challenge with your aunt and your cousin and your niece. You can actually click a button. You'll be able to send that out. They'll get an email to join, and they can do this for free. Again, if you are just doing a challenge, a single challenge, you can be enrolled in one challenge on the free version. That said, you're also going to be getting a free trial. So like, everyone who comes in for the first time will get full access to everything for a specified duration. We have not specified that yet, but there will probably be some bonuses for affiliations. We'll get into that in a different conversation. So everyone can come in and use the whole darn thing. You can use this thing forever, just doing one challenge. Like, you can't do 5 challenges. You can be enrolled in one challenge for free. We're calling it our freemium version. So you can invite them all over, searching through friends. From that point, you'll see like a friends list. Like, you can browse all members, add new friends, see whose pending requests are there, see who you're currently friends with. That's just the beginning of what we're going to be doing with social.
Listen, if you're tired of the all or nothing cycles, the diet starts Monday, the I know what to do, I'm just not doing it feeling, we should probably talk. Our one-on-one online coaching isn't just about workouts and meal plans. It's about building something that actually fits your life. No cookie cutter templates, no guilt, just real coaching and real results. Plus, we've got a pretty big team, so we can even pair you with an expert who actually understands your lifestyle because they've gone through it too. If that sounds like what you've been missing, check out the link in the show notes to apply for coaching. Then we'll send you the link to book a free, no-obligation consult call with our team. There are no hard closes. We won't even take your credit card over the phone. You'll get the details to sign up on your own time. And more good news, we are in fact qualified for HSA FSA reimbursement. One last thing, we even offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. What are you waiting for? Spots are limited, so apply today. All right, let's get back to the show.
But from there, the challenges themselves. Right now, I think it's going to be synced up to allow up to 15 people per challenge. on the private challenges initially. That may change. And you can pick up to 5 items to track for this challenge. So anything, there are certain things I have flagged to not be able to be within a challenge, just common sense things we had to think through on the back end. But basically, you'll be able to search through Trackables, any of those things we mentioned before, and then the main flag I think was on exercises. Now I got to think about this. It's been a blur. Anyway, Trackables or exercises you can add. So let's say you were doing your Bible study. That's one where are you consistent with that? That's one category. Total steps per day, another category. You could do meditation as a third category, and then you could do push-ups and squats as your fourth and fifth categories. You will be ranked in each individual category. So you're going to see the categories that you're currently doing really well in, and you're going to see some categories where you're currently falling behind in. You win these challenges by first winning the day. So whoever wins the most days wins the week. Whoever wins the most weeks wins the month. It's about consistency. And the point of that is to say, okay, we don't want you to be on the couch for 29 days. And then on the 30th day, you go hike 25 miles and you just won your step challenge. It's about adherence. It's about consistency and thriving consistently. So ideally, you're coming in at 10, 12,000 steps to win each day versus the 125-mile hike that technically puts you over for the entire month, but you did nothing for the first 29 days.
That's so funny. I just saw a reel that was literally that. It was this guy who was doing a challenge with his office at work, and he's an ultra runner, and it was like, I think it was a step challenge, and I think he did like nothing, or like his team was like slacking, and then he just did a literal ultra marathon on like over the course of 24 hours or something. And everybody was pissed on the other team and said that like he was cheating. So you won't be able to do that on TFL challenges.
Nope. You can come in and you can seize the win with your ultra, but you got to keep showing up the rest of that challenge there. So yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be different. You'll see your rankings throughout. You can see your rankings for each category. You can see your cumulative rankings, so who's winning in the overall. But it's just we keep focusing on this word as this inclusive platform. It's built for everybody. It's built to change everybody's lives. So if you're training with a bunch of elite athletes and you guys are doing a challenge, the challenge will be brought up to that level. If you are a bunch of newbies who are just getting out and not sure what to do, the challenge will be reallocated to that level. And it's going to be about sustaining those quality habits. It's going to be about doing things the right way, the sustainable way. We have been very outspoken about challenges in the past because these challenges are, don't eat for 4 days. How long can we do something extreme? And then we have this like rebound where whatever we were avoiding or whatever we were doing, if it was a good thing, not a good thing, but if it was a thing we were striving to do, we stopped doing it because we went to the extreme. If it was something we were avoiding, we engorge in that thing we were avoiding because this challenge is over and we were just depleted of that thing. It's just a natural rebound. It's like if you stay off your phone the entire day and then you pick it up at the end of the day, you end up typically scrolling for longer than if you were scrolling throughout the day. Like that session you would have had, you're like, you pull the rubber band back and you're just slung forward so much faster and so much harder. So again, we want to manipulate it to meet you where you are. At the same time, let's say you got a mix. You got a family who are half people who are super active and doing certain things and the other half not so much. You can still make this fun and engaging and not just default to the athletes who are going to win this by incorporating some habits. Can you improve your sleep? So increasing hours of sleep. Can you focus on meditation? Can you get into bed early and read a book and log some pages there? So you can really cater this to be like an all-out lifestyle, healthy lifestyle building challenge where, the top athlete isn't necessarily going to win it. There's going to be some different categories. They might take the distance ran for the week and the month, by a landslide, but if they're not keeping up with the other things, well, level playing field. And that's the point. Everyone's got a shot here. And, we want to cater to that level playing field and that inclusivity and the motivation and using dopamine the right way, gamifying this whole platform. So I am super, super excited. I believe that challenges are going to be a linchpin for a lot of the consistency you guys are going to see and use within the app. And we'll be building plenty of things on top of that. But as far as your action plan, so what you could be doing, sorry, did you want to jump in first?
I was just going to say it's just more fun to do things with your friends. And even if you don't have a friend group right now who you think would do these things with you, I hope and I think there will probably be a way that we can connect like-minded members of our community, whether it's offering different challenges for different types of people or different groups of people, connecting you with people who maybe are in a similar spot to you, or maybe, I don't know, that would just connect you with people who are already in the app as well. So if you don't have that support crew, which I know many of you don't have that in person, this can be a way for you to connect with other people and make new friends. And as you know, Joelle and I started off as internet friends, so who knows what this could lead to for you in your life too.
In-person events will be a thing in the fitness league, one way or another, one scale or another. So these online friends could become some of your lifelong friends, and I'm very excited to see that take place, that evolve. But as far as your action plan, what you can be doing once you do get this bad boy in your hands, which I promise is sooner than we all have. I won't say sooner than we think, but pretty darn soon. Pick 3 to 5 trackables, whether they're habits, whether they're scores that you want to log over, sync over, whatever it is. Start with 3 to 5. Go at least a week. Just really limit it, bear it down. And once you get your adherence rate up, then think about evolving that over time and shift it. If you've got some things nailed, pick some new things, pick some different things that you're working on that you do need that additional motivation for. So logging some trackables, pick a program. You want to pick a program, read through them, figure out which one best aligns with where you're at. If you're a beginner, if you're advanced, 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week available, at home with no equipment, at home with some equipment, at the gym. Enroll in a program, log your first workout, get those exercises logged. If you're not in one of our programs, you want to just use what you're currently doing. That's perfectly fine too. And jump in a challenge, whether it's one of the ones that we provide. It's a small one you want to start with your family or your friends. Start building that up. Grow the community. You are the fitness league, and you will literally have the ability to invite more members to the fitness league. And we will be building out incentive programs, which we'll talk about again as we get closer to launch here, and bonuses for winning challenges, all kinds of cool things to build the camaraderie in the community itself, which I'm super stoked about. Anything I'm forgetting? Anything you want to add?
Nope, I think we covered a lot.
All right, guys, I hope you liked this episode. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoy sharing this stuff. The closer we get, the more excited I get, and we wanted to at least get you primed. All right, you've seen it. We're sharing tidbits on social media. Here's what you can expect with the first version. And even as you guys get these things that we just talked about at launch, we will still be sprinting on the back end to create a whole assortment of new things coming at you, and then obviously listen to the feedback and see where this thing's going to go. But we're going to wrap up this conversation with the reminder that change doesn't come in one big moment. It's built in the ways you keep showing up. Take what you learned today and build the best version of yourself for tomorrow. Where can I find you?
I'm at Alessandra Skutnik.
I'm at Josh Skutnik.
And everything else you need is linked in the show notes.